Hi survivors, it's me Purpose Ann reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well, because what's going on in this world is not. It's horrible. I want to talk to y'all about having different sources of energy and being prepared for the grid down situation. It's not a matter if, it's a matter when. We're living in some extreme, severe times. This is an emergency time, y'all. There's some crazy stuff going on out here. And I have to say it myself, a person that has been through a whole lot. This stuff is nightmare foolishness. And we might, I ain't gonna say might, we're gonna have to deal with some severe grid down situations that's about to be amongst us very soon. Allegedly. But that's what's really going on. It's serious. It's deep out here. If you don't have generators, you might want to start looking into getting you one. And I'm not talking about those gas generators, but if that's all you can get, because I'm telling you, when the grid go down, you can't go get no gas. I seen people out here in Texas all the time, lined up in them long lines at them gas stations. A lot of people out here, we already have generators. But in a grid down event, it's only so much gas you can store. A lot of people don't even store gas because of, safety concerns, which makes sense, especially if you're in the cities. You just don't want to have a lot of gas stored around you, and especially if it's not properly stored. Now in the country, you have a lot of people that store gas because they have, the resources. They have like the land and a lot of space to be able to do that. But in the city, it's just not wise. So a lot of people here in Texas, I noticed, like with grid down situations that we've been through so many times on a yearly basis. A lot of people be lined up at gas stations. Y'all, the gas stations, when the grid go down, you can't get gas. You might can get a little bit. They might have a little left. And then after that, that's it. When it's gone, it's gone. And then you're going to be in a long line. So you might want to get a different type of generator, not one that's ran by gas. You have some solar generators. You have all types of generators instead of just the gas ones, because I'm telling you, gas run out quick. If you don't have gas to fuel that generator, you out of there. And I'm saying all that to say this grid is going down, y'all. I'm telling you that now. And then they always hit people when they're least vulnerable, especially now when we have this planned population in effect, allegedly. But we know that's what's really going on. It take no rocket scientists to figure out what the hell is going on around us. And the grid is affected. They say power plants, transmission lines, and even the air conditioners in our homes work less effectively when it's hot out. And we know it's record-breaking heat all around the world and all around America right now, y'all. People are actually being admitted in hospitals and going to emergency rooms with severe burns on their skin. And in some areas like Arizona, you fall down, that's it. You're going to fry like an egg. But anyway, it says the increases demand, that's a strain on the grid. At the same time, the grid is less able to keep up with it. So it's like a triple whammy. And y'all, this happening all over this country. Y'all think these grids going to be able to sustain this? I don't care how much money we put into that light bill every month. They still don't have a system. The grid system in America is outdated. The infrastructure is outdated. They don't have a grid system that can sustain what's going on out here with this weather and maintain. So we need to depend on ourselves when it comes to that. And I'm especially concerned for people with pre-existing conditions, people who are sick, people who depend on oxygen, people who depend on dialysis, people who be in these hospitals. We know these hospitals have backup generators, but people who are at home, their loved ones are taken care of, y'all make sure y'all have backup sources of energy, man. not just for yourself, but for your loved ones. And if you have children and pets, like, it's very important, man. If you're not a lone wolf out here by yourself, and you got a family, and you have animals, and you have sick elderly parents or elderly grandparents, or whatever concern is, elderly family members, make sure you have a generator or backup sources of energy. I seen during that Texas winter storm and through Hurricane Katrina, Ike, all these different hurricanes, a lot of people passed because they were on oxygen. And then when that grid go down, that was it. These things are really high concerns. It's nothing to play with, y'all. We just sat up here and depend on these people for everything that we should really be depending on ourselves for. And it's unfortunate that we living in a system like that, because they don't give a damn about us. I'm going to tell you that now. That grid go down, I'm telling you, they may have some shelters, they may not. These shelters have agendas now. If you ain't get that thing during that pandemic, they don't want you in there. Or if not, someone want to put stuff up your nose and test you to see if you got this and that. But they let all these people cross the border and let all these people over here. They ain't no telling what a lot of them got. Allegedly. I'm just telling y'all, I've been through it. We had a big tornado in 2020, the beginning of this pandemic, out there in the country where one of my properties are. It was cows flying, horses flying, the houses, trailer homes flying, mobile homes flying, RVs flying. By the grace of God, we was one of the areas where I was in was the only one that didn't get hit. But we was with our lights and we was with our power for a long time. I had elderly people I was taking care of that was sick. And I said, y'all, it was going on 3 days. We had enough food. Had enough water, even had a generator. But I said, but we was sharing the generator amongst the neighbors. All of us was looking out for each other. That's one thing about these rural areas. Everybody stick together in an emergency in a situation to help each other. But I said, I'm going to check out this hotel. I said, because if the grid is still down past the week, I said, I might look into, going into one of these, Red Cross hotels or something, since they free, and it'll help the situation a whole lot more. Because I was using the generator. We had all these different plugs, right? So I was using mine to keep our food going, and then sometimes we'll take turns with the air, because it was in the summertime, because we was sharing it amongst the neighbors, all of us. I had a generator, another neighbor had a generator, and then I think it was only 2 generators we were using. So we was taking turns. So I was like, I went there and they was like, did you get that poke? I was like, no. They was like, well, you either gonna have to get it or you're gonna have to get tested. I was like, no, thank you. You know how you do like this here when you going out of church? When you young, you learn that. They don't do that too much no more. I was like, out that hotel. And then they was asking us if we wanted some of their food they had. I was like, nah, I'm good. They had all this junk food, McDonald's, this, that, and other. I was like, nah, I ain't know what was in the food. So I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't want to have to be dependent on these FEMA camps, on Red Cross, all these different shelters, and some of these churches too, because these churches bringing in agendas too. You can't trust a lot of them neither, allegedly, but that's what's going on. Try to get things you need right now. And it says there are many, hold on. This says that the heat have a severe effect on electricity. Severe effect. They say due to this, the lines can sag, the electric lines can sag a little, which can result in short circuits. I know they had rolling blackouts during the Texas winter storm. If they were to sag enough to come into contact with trees and branches, I mean, y'all, the effects of it goes on and on and on. We're dealing with solar storms too. That can affect the grid. Major hurricanes, which we are entering into hurricane season. Major earthquakes. It's just a lot of different things. So try to get the things you need. Please support me on Patreon for real, raw, uncut, unfiltered content. So please support the Allegedly and the Good Luck with their t-shirts. All the proceeds go back into the channel. If you're looking for survivalism gear, you can get on purposeand.com. If you're looking for bug out areas to escape during these times, get out these cities, a safe place for you and your family to go to. You can pay by the month or by the year. It's also on purposeand.com. And if you're looking for land, you can also go to purposeand.com in Texas. I have some for sale and for lease. And as always, watch the world, watch the weather. Smell your water, boil and purify your water before you use it. Know that grid is going down and be prepared for it and keep surviving. purposeand.com.